So, what? Everybody, just go around, introduce yourself, and tell me what you did on this short film.
Why don't you get started?
Okay. My name is Tran. I am an actor in this short. Yeah, right. I play Tina, who's the main character. Um, that's all I did.
That's all you did. That's not a small accomplishment, though.
I'm Suki-rose. I produced The Rainbow Bridge, and I'm also Dimitri's creative and life partner.
And I'm Dimitri Simakis, writer director of The Rainbow Bridge.
Okay, and I read you are responsible for a lot of the gifs that we see online.
I am the good ones.
Is the Rainbow Bridge a gifable movie?
Well, according to the what I've uploaded so far, yes, definitely. No, they were like, it's been great working there, and they've been just nothing but like so generous about like a lot of things, but even just letting us use the Giphy studio space in LA for the short was like, oh, this wouldn't have happened. There's no way that would have happened without them. So very grateful.
I was really taken away by the visuals of this. It's definitely psychedelic and funny and profound. It's a lot of it's various things all at once. Explain the visuals that we see in this to people.
Well, yeah, it's actually funny you bring up Giphy because I think like I just in all my work, I really obsess over filling every frame with as much information as possible, for better or worse. It's just like an obsession of mine of maximalism. I like that Tu said in an interview last week that it felt like a Bosch painting, some of the movie, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I was going for, totally. But yeah, I mean, it kind of is in that way where yeah, I really just want to like take advantage of every second, every frame, not just randomly, not like with just like ugliness or whatever, but like with as much information as I can provide, either if it like serves the story, if it's funny, if it's somewhat haunting, if it's going to come back later, if it's a bonus thing that if you catch, you catch it. That's like a massive part of the world building I think we all love to do.
Were there Easter eggs here that I missed?
Many,
Infinite.
many,
Infinite. You'll never, I mean, there's no way to watch the film and catch all the Easter eggs. I mean, one of the things we talk about is essentially kind of like creating an immersive environment for the actors to play in. So there are things that like, there's no way a camera would even pick up that detail or whatever. So it's really, it's infinitely rewatchable. It rewards repeated viewing, you know, pause, zoom in, whatever you got to do.
I should post more of the like production art that I made for it, just because there's so much that you can't see. It's either, you know, it's something that like, oh, that took 4 hours and it is that big in real life and it's even tinier on screen. But also like that, it doesn't bother me because that's the point to me where it's like, if you're on that set and Tu or James or Heather, anybody looked around and saw attention to detail, it'd be like, wait, is that a real phone number? And it'd be like, yeah. Or like, is that a real, did you, you know, make up that entire form just for the hell, you know, just so that it could be real on set? It's like, yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah.
Like, why not? If you're going to make a prop, make it real. Sorry.
There was real copy in all the pamphlets too. It wasn't just like lorem ipsum, whatever, you know, like I was just like sitting there and you can like really read everything. And it was, you know, it really helps you be in there, be in that room and like know what's going. I was like, oh, I'm in a doctor's office and like there's all these things that they're trying to sell me, you know, and you know, you feel like you're there.
Oh,
But all the graphics would make a really cool zine or something, you know, if you really want to dive into it, you know, because it was really fun to read all that stuff and look at all the graphics and all the
We should publish a book.
Yeah, we really should.
Yeah.
I love it, and it goes by. And it's 15 minutes, but there's jam packed full of details. And I feel like the visuals, like they could have been in a Hollywood movie, like a feature.
Music to my ears from your lipstick.
And
Yeah.
so, sorry, let's talk about the characters in this. Tell me about the characters. Would you describe them as quirky?
You know, that was like a big concern of mine, that I didn't want them to be like one-dimensional in that way, or being like too like cutesy or anything like that. Like I wanted there, it's a short, you know, how much can you again cram in? A lot, but you can't do too much. Like I couldn't go into Tina's backstory. I couldn't mention all her wants and needs. But the two of us are working on a feature version of this right now.
Oh, nice.
Writing it as we speak, and so that's where a lot of this can unfold.
And I feel like the idea is that the characters, they're wild, absurd. They're definitely characters with like a capital C, but it's really important to us that they're grounded in reality. I feel like we've encountered so many Dr. Bailey Picadillos, so many herbs. Like these are like, you know, very real characters that, you know, you run into in a lot of like new age spaces.
You live in Southern California,
yeah,
you find these people for sure.
And so it was important that they don't feel like caricatures, that they felt like, you know, real people. And so, you know,
also heightened. Of course, there's that reality is heightened a bit, and of course, way more extreme. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, what is it with people in Southern California with the dogs?
I mean, I think that's like the dogs thing is like a universal. Honestly, the more we do press, the more we talk to people about the film. It's like the dog element is like proving to be so universal for people. They're able to like really get it, really connect to it.
Yeah, we talked to somebody yesterday that was saying, "Oh, I have a cat, and their name is like Fred or something, but for years I've been calling them Mimu." And it's just like, really? And they're like, "Yeah, I don't know, it just worked." So
for us, I think it's like the Southern California, like the marriage of like pet culture, like American pet culture, and
like
new age esoteria kind of thing that kind of fuses in SoCal so nicely.
It all overlaps. Yeah,
I always thought it'd be kind of fun to start a cult in LA. That sounds like a fun idea.
That's the place to do
it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be hard.
Go for it.
I feel like it's the most, I don't know why, it like really lends itself. I mean, I guess I do know why. A lot of people move to Los Angeles to try to do something, to try to make something, to find themselves, to find, you know, a career they want to do. And like, that means there's like a lot of vulnerable people in LA who are searching, who are like looking for answers or support or structure. And so I kind of feel like it's the perfect place if you're going to be like, I got it under control. You just have to listen to me. You're going to find people in LA who will go along.
Huge demand for cults in LA.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. I talked to an astrologer once, and she's like, "Oh wow, you're and that means like who knows what." And it sounds great. It was confusing, but
I love it.
We all have something within us who wants to be validated.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
It's a cult or a pet, I guess I get it now.
Including Tina, including Dr. Bailey, including Herb, everybody in that movie is searching for something, and so are we, of course. So it's like
just like a core of like sadness to being a human. That is like part of our mission on Earth is like trying to connect with people, and so like this is kind of, these characters are there. And while like, you know, some of them aren't like the best people, they're all still humans who are operating from a place of sadness and searching. So we have a great amount of affection for these characters. We're like kind of obsessed with
everybody involved. Exactly. We think about them way too much.
Which is why we're doing the feature. We're just so not done with these characters.
Oh, that's great. Well, hey, maybe you do a movie, maybe do 5. You know, who knows, right?
A Rainbow Verse.
That sounds great. Rainbow
Verse. Rainbow Verse 5 sounds cool. Yeah,
let's do it.
That sounds great.
You could do a movie based on every color in the rainbow.
There we go.
Yeah, there's at least 7 right there. So
at least 3 movies, and then a TV. We go straight to TV, podcast. You know,
talking rainbows.
Talking rainbows.
I love it. So are you guys excited that this is playing at the Sundance Film Festival? That must be kind of fun.
Hell yeah, we're excited to reunite. We're excited. I'm excited to see 2 again. I'm excited to see a bunch of the crew is coming. Like way too many of us. Not too many of us. Just the right amount.
It's gonna be a party.
I think it's like 15 of us, maybe more.
Yeah, everybody wants to come out for the Sundance screening.
Yeah, for me, it just validates like, hey, all your time was like already put to good use, but now we get to like celebrate a bit. Like that's like honestly my main like goal from this is like, oh, validation, great, cool. Now can we all celebrate this like together? So,
and you know, I do think, you know, we've talked about this before, but I feel like Sundance kind of holds like a mythical place in our minds. Like it is kind of like this, like you
like
an achievement. Like you hit this point, that's when you move the goalpost and you got to try to get something else, you know. So I mean it's obviously like a huge honor, and we're really excited to be headed out to Park City.
What's it like that? I've never been to Park City. I just know it's in Utah and it's ran by Mormons, and you can't have a drink after 11 p.m. And I don't know
it's cold.
What's the vibe like there?
It's cold. That's all. I was there. I was in Park City for Slam Dance in like in 2020, and it was freaking cold. That
seems like, I will say, it seems like it's all anybody. Like we hopped on the call and you guys were talking about it. It seems like any of the information I get from Sundance folks, from people who have been whatever, it dominates the conversation. Like bring wool socks, bring batteries, bring whatever. Where, you know, they can move the fest to a warmer date and we don't have to discuss this, folks. But hey, it gives us something to talk about. I'm not complaining. It'll be fun. We live up in the mountains of California where it's snowy. Tu's in cold Cleveland right now.
Yeah,
so
I love winter.
Yeah.
Winter is fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to put on all your clothes, all your clothes, all your
clothes.
And you get to drink hot soup and hot stuff, which is great. And the snow is cool looking and it covers everything. And I heard Robert Redford comes out of the woods and like it tells you you've made it and
gives you a thumbs up.
and just does this, right?
Yeah.
So that'll be exciting.
Oh yeah. I will say as a Canadian who is surrounded by snow for a big part of the year, it is fun for a bit.
Yeah.
And then I eventually hate it. But I'm at the point now where I'm digging it. So
yeah. As long as you don't have to drive in it.
Yeah. Absolutely. So how long was this shooting? What was the vibe like on the set while working?
That was a huge factor for us. Like that was a major part of how we do things together. Suki and I especially. It's like having the right kind, you know, cool crew. It's not just because they're cool. It's like they're cool because they're like it's all encompassing kind of. It's just like
we've been making films for years now, and it's kind of just been this process of like cultivating a group of people that we like each other, we all like to hang out, and B, like there's a lot of like really like very young people on our crew who are incredibly talented, who are incredibly dedicated, and one of like the top priorities is kind of making an atmosphere that feels good for everybody on the set. It's just we're not, you know, solving any, you know, world crises. We're making movies. There's no reason for it to be unpleasant. It's we're making art together, and it's like a privilege. So that's really fun. This was a 4.5 day shoot.
Okay.
And let's see. So like the first day, you know, the sets are built from the ground up on the same stage. So shot the waiting room, went and shot green screen while the art department tore down the entire set and rebuilt another set for the day after. It was like really
felt like an intense rave kind of for that weekend.
But yeah, it was a blast.
What'd you think too?
Yeah, I mean, it was really fun for sure, but it definitely felt, you know, intense too because of like all the changeovers and stuff. And we got a lot done in those 4 days, but also had a lot of time to explore our scenes and like find our rhythm with performing and stuff. So everything was like, you know, I thought really well produced, you know, and like well directed and all that. And when everything, I don't know, I had fun, you know, so it was cool.
It sounds like a fun trance. Watching
basically,
working on it.
Hallucination.
I was intimidated by how cool everybody was the whole time, to be honest. Like
definitely.
honestly, there were so many new friends I made, and I was just constantly blown away
Everyone
by
was
what they
so
were doing.
cool.
Yeah.
Destiny, come on, you know,
on.
everyone
I
is
know,
so
we love Destiny. Destiny's our sound mixer. She's amazing.
Oh, okay. Why is Destiny so amazing?
She just came to mind, but she was so cool, you know, and
Just cool. Just
I
the
also
right
feel like
vibes.
I've worked with a lot of different sound mixers. I've had a varied experience with different sound mixers, and Destiny has always made talent feel like, I mean, I love talking about Destiny. She's always made talent feel very comfortable. She's very easy to be around. She's always down, and the audio she delivers is always top notch. And I've often shot stuff with her in locations that have audio challenges.
Yeah.
She's never been like, no, we can't get a clean take or something. She's just like, she's a powerhouse. Everybody loves Destiny.
yeah, she always speaks up when it doesn't sound good, which is like
Yeah.
the big thing. So, and then
Yeah.
like you don't mind redoing it because you want it to sound good. So
Yeah.
We just like, we hate that vibe on set. I think we've all been on them where you're just like, oof, what about that? What about that person? They're not, just stay away. We can't have it. And so we know beforehand, like, it just means a lot to us to have the right vibes.
Yeah.
It means a lot, but
The right people.
and it works every time. Like whenever that happens, it's like, it just delivers great results.
Oh, good to know.
Don't be a
I feel
dick,
like I
is
learned
what
a
I'm
lot from
saying.
this
Don't be a
interview.
dick.
Don't be a dick. Okay. No, noted. I'm gonna put that in a letter, compartmentalize it, and hopefully open it up every day. So, is there like a message in this short film you have, like one thing you want people to take away from?
I think that I keep saying one of the posters on the walls in the waiting room says "Saying goodbye can be amazing." I think that's a pretty good takeaway. Like, there are just harsh realities to life, but they're a part of life, and it's what makes life beautiful. And if you accept it and you kind of go through the colors, as we say, and you can kind of scream into the void in order to go through some of those hard times in your life, that can be a beautiful thing that makes you stronger in the end. And of course, some mind-melting psychedelia in the mix. Don't forget that. I don't want to forget that.
I also hope that people think about like their own mimus from their life that they've lost, like their own beloved pets that they maybe had to say goodbye to. And just like, maybe it'll just like bring up a nice memory.
And what is your message to those who would allow, the galaxy to implode to spend a little bit more time with their pets?
Oh, the feature gets way into it. The ramifications are endless.
I think you gotta let go. You gotta let go.
That's it. It's a metaphor for that, that feeling that we all have also, where we're all kind of Dr. Baileys in some ways, where you don't want to say goodbye, you can't say goodbye, it's hard to let go, it's hard to, denial is a part of the process. And so Herb and Dr. Bailey absolutely represent that side of it, whereas Tina here represents acceptance and moving on with her life. Spoilers.
Okay. Well, it's definitely a fun, different lane of consciousness that we tap into, but it's not too heavy. I don't want that to scare people away. It's a lot of fun. I want to thank you guys for your time. What else do you have planned for 2024 before I let you go? I guess you're making this into a feature, so that's gonna
hopefully that.
That's the big one, is getting this feature off the ground.
I work a lot with Meow Wolf, so I'm hoping to update some of the some of the stuff I've worked on at their Denver Convergence Station location, and hopefully more exciting things to come and more exciting gifts.
We could all use some more gifts.
What about you?
Non-stop gifts. Oh, this year I just hope to, live, laugh, love. Make some art.
Come on, think about it.
I would follow too. Like, if two told me to do something, I'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever you say, man.
But yeah,
you were, what's your name, Destiny? You and Destiny started calls.
Yes.
Yeah, we can call it Destiny 2,
Yeah.
Destiny 2. Oh my god.
All right, great. Well, thanks so much, and enjoy. I hope you enjoy life.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
too.
You too.
You enjoy life.
Great sign off.
I love that. Thank you so much.
That's the sign off for my calls.
Nice.